In the rodeo game, 8 seconds is called a full ride. It's a rule by which even the dude must abide. Seems kind of easy, I said to an old chap wearing old chaps. Then hop on a bull, young man, start doing some laps. Look, this ain't my first rodeo, I said with some glee. But it was my first rodeo, and I started to pee. When I got near the beast, there wasn't a doubt. I've made a huge mistake. I prayed, get me the buck out. Oh Lord, I need your help. Please let me survive. Now I may not last 8 seconds, but please let me make 5. The gate flew wide open and my mind became full. Then I thought, wait, I'm doing it. I'm riding a bull. I tried to hang on. I gripped the rope tight. About then, I realized, wow, I'm in full flight. Now being thrown from a bull doesn't hurt. There ain't even a sound. It's actually quite peaceful till your butt hits the ground. That's when you're in real danger. Luckily, clowns, they are near. Bullfighters, they're called, and they'll help save your rear. Was that 8 seconds, I asked? Did I make it a full ride? His painted smile frowned, nope, you best get inside. Well, I was hooked on the rodeo, an addiction for life. A love only matched when I met my first wife. Our wedding was simple, her in white, me in black. But on honeymoon night, some rodeo fears came flooding back. Oh, my knees started shaking, my heart beat so fast. I thought, will I stay on this time? How long will I last? For a moment I was scared, I don't even know how. I kept thinking, I sure wish those clowns were here with me now. Well, it wasn't that bad. I wasn't thrown like before. I had a good time, actually, and I wasn't even that sore. It was really quite a special moment when I laid down by her side. She smiled at me and said, well, at least it was a full ride.
God, that lawyer was good.
It's not really what you're supposed to say about the person you're competing against.
Well, he was, though.
You didn't think you could have been maybe a little bit more prepared today?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And that was my first time ever in a courtroom, you know? And that was a real learning experience. He was good. He was good.
So you've been a lawyer for how many years, and this is your first case?
It's pretty funny, I know.
Not really, no. Okay, so let's say you don't know a lot about lawyering.
You can say that.
But you didn't think maybe wear pants?
Okay, so I thought we'd be like seated behind a table or there'd be like a podium, you know? I don't think there'd be any way that they'd be able to tell I wasn't wearing trousers.
All right, so I just lost about half of everything in a divorce because my lawyer did not think we would be standing up.
Yeah, I really let you down. I'm really sorry, buddy. I thought I could help.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate that. I just feel beat down.
Well, look, man, think of it this way, okay? You don't have to pay any alimony, no payments. You got to keep this bitchin' truck. She's in good condition.
You know, I worked so hard to scrape together whatever little bit of money from doing gigs in bars and saloons and whatever, and
living the dream.
Yeah. She comes in with her asshole lawyer, takes half of everything, which was not much to begin with, so then I'm left with like almost nothing.
Yeah, he was really good though.
She's been hooking up with other guys for years, and somehow I'm the one that gets screwed.
Yeah, it's so effed. It's like he knew a bunch of secret lawyer tricks or something. Well, look, I know it's not fair. Or a carnival. You know? There's that smile. But I think on the bright side, Me and you can hang out a lot more. Just like the old days, you know, I'm out there chasing some skirt, throwing a couple back. As long as my wife's all right with it and it's not a weekday. But hey, you can start anew.
Yeah, except now I'm an old...
There's a lot to be happy about here. Now hey, let's go get some brekkie.
Yeah, I can't. I actually have a show in Durango today.
What?
Yeah.
A gig? Back in the saddle? Out there on the old road again, performing? This is good, man. That's the momentum.
Yeah, kind of. It's a gig on a Wednesday in Durango for $400.
Hey, work is work.
Yeah. Well, sadly, I need the money that badly. Things
Yeah.
are not great, and rent's due this week, and I'm already
Yeah.
behind, so I'm probably gonna lose my place. So
You want to borrow some cash?
no, you've done enough already. I appreciate it.
Well, hey, if there's anything I can do to help, you just let me know, okay? We're there for you. And my brother-in-law, remember Iggy? You know,
Yeah.
guy, he has that tick, you know?
Yeah.
You know, he's looking for someone to manage that service station. That's an honest day's work for an honest dollar. I know it's not as exciting as life out there on the road, but pays the bills. And you get 10 cents off all premium gas. That includes unleaded, that includes diesel. All right? And you get $1 off every spark plug. Now this lady right here, it's an 8-cylinder, okay? It's 8 spark plugs. She'll take 8, 1 for every cylinder. That's $1 off every plug, $8 cash, right in your pocket.
Well, thanks, but
Hey, if you want the gig, you let me know. Because if you don't take it, I'm probably gonna have to take it.
yeah, you probably should. I'll think about it. I appreciate it. Thanks.
So hey, you got anything new you're working on? Anything I haven't heard before?
No, I've been in a funk lately, some writer's block. Been trying to work through it. I've even been reading some old literature, some Chaucer, Dante, Marquez, stuff like that.
Sounds like my old law firm. Huh? Come on. But yeah, I have no idea who those people are.
Yeah, well, trying to do something. It's not really helping. I've even read some magical realism. Are you familiar with that genre?
You're asking if I know a literary movement? I've got kids, bro. If it doesn't have a singing toaster or a dog wearing a bow tie, I have not read it. Maybe that's where the whole shorts inspiration came from. You know, Pooh Bear,
Yeah.
the greats. Last book I read was Matilda. You know about that? Huh?
Familiar with it,
Yeah. So I don't know shit about magical realism.
Well, it's a genre. It has its roots in Latin America and Southwest. So I thought maybe you as a Native American might appreciate that.
Indigenous.
And has some spiritual elements to it. It's really, it's about miracles that happen in the mundane life. And I guess maybe it kind of connects to me because that's what I need. I need some sort of miracle in the middle of my mundane life, you know?
It's gonna work out. You got great stuff. You know what I always liked? The one about the 8 seconds, that's a good poem. I love hearing you say it. And those fans tonight down in Durango, they're gonna love it too.
Yeah. Fans in Durango, I'm sure I have quite a few.
Well, they booked you, didn't they? Are there any other cowboy poets, or is it just you? They got you with a band or something?
I go on right after bingo, actually, but it's a gig, it's a hotel, some money. I didn't really ask the details too much. That the fact that it turned out to be the same day that my divorce is final is just a bonus.
At least it's only a 5-hour drive. Means you got time to grab something to eat with your bro.
No, I actually have a sound check.
You have sound check
Yeah,
for poetry.
yeah. It's like 2 hours before the show, so 5-hour drive, and you never know what can happen on the road, so I really don't have time for that.
You have sound check.
Yeah. In 20 years of doing shows, I've only done probably 2 or 3 sound checks, and it's 30 seconds. And they go, how's the sound? Sounds good? Good. And we're done. I don't understand why we have to even do that. But now, you know, it's the people doing the sound check, or the sound engineers. They want to be part of the show, and they're doing all their stuff where they think their sound matters. They think they're part of the act. They think they're part of the show. So I probably need to get going.
Sure, yeah. Well, before you go, I know you're not really in a celebratory mood, but I got you a little something.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. Not even gonna open it, huh?
Should I?
No. You know, just someone gives you a gift. Usually, you got the common decency to open it, but no, you do you, big dog.
So I do need to open it.
Hey, no, you know. I just figured, I'd give that to you, and you'd go, "Oh, what's this?" And I'd say, "Oh, it's a little gift," and you'd say, "What for?" And I'd say, just little congratulations, and you'd say, "Congratulations, why?" And I'd say, "Oh, just a little congratulations for finally getting rid of that whore." Oh, you know how I can be. I was just gonna play it by ear. But yeah,
Okay.
Why don't you open it up? That'd be great. Give him a little open up. Well, what's in there?
Cigars.
A Cuban cigar.
You gave me Cuban cigars in the parking lot of a courthouse.
Yeah, I figured you want a little celebratory smoke after the big win today. They're the real deal. Not some Dominican knockoffs with a Cuban band. They're supposed to be real smooth. Not leave a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah, like today's verdict.
Oh!
You're a decent friend.
Thank you.
Terrible lawyer, but a good friend. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. You get what you pay for, all right?
Yeah.
Good luck out there, Stay safe on the road.
Yeah.
When you get back to town, maybe give me a call. Let me know about that service station gig, because he's got to fill that thing pretty quick.
So you're saying this is a gig where it's all quiet, people don't yell at you, they don't heckle you, and it's steady money?
Bingo! All right, drive safe, buddy.
All right.
Sounds good.
Come on. I'll just walk from here.
Need me to give you a shove?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's like the old days.
Oh, now it's got to sit for a bit anyway. Do you want to just talk? You want to talk some more, or you want to just go get some breakfast?
Do you wanna go?
the hell are you doing out here?
Well, I got a little summer job lifeguarding this stretch of the stream. Turns out old white guys don't know how dangerous 6 inches of water can be.
I can't quite believe it's you.
It's me, man. Here I am. Wow. You're a very old man with an enormous wing. Just one.
Well, I'm saving up for the other one. It's actually a tribute to you.
Oh. So, I'm the wind beneath your wing.
Yeah, something like that.
All right. You look good.
Yeah, you look okay. I haven't seen you since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, great to see you. But how's the wife?
Divorced.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. Since when?
A couple hours ago.
What?
Yeah. Ink's not even dry.
I wish we could say the same for that tattoo. Hey, listen, so is that why you were splashing around in the stream over here trying to wash the stink of divorce off yourself?
Yeah, maybe metaphorically or something.
Yeah? Just trying to baptize yourself into the religion of singleness?
Something like that, yeah.
You know what? Don't worry about it. You'll find somebody else. Somebody who understands your idiosyncrasies and appreciates your taste in tattoos.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about it. I think I'm okay.
Wow, you really have matured.
I guess so, yeah, maybe.
So you're no longer afraid of dying alone, huh?
No, not really.
No longer afraid of...
100 years of solitude?
Yeah.
No, I think I'm okay.
Wow, good for you, man. Hey, same old truck though, right?
It's not really old, it's vintage. That's what it is. Leaks a little bit, seats are a little worn, but still going.
I was gonna say the same thing about you.
That's probably accurate, yeah.
And so where you headed?
Heading up to Durango. He's gonna do a gig up there. You remember Mike?
No, but I'll say yes.
Well, he moved back to the area. It's got this new room. It's supposed to be fantastic. A couple hundred people, big room, fantastic shows. So they booked me quite a while ago, and I'm excited to be doing the show there tonight.
Wow, not bad for a Wednesday.
Yeah, things are going great. Things are going very good. I'm doing well. I think I'm hitting my groove. I think I'm finally getting it,
Yeah, all right.
No, it's not. It's not going that well, actually. This is my only show I have in the books for several months. I've struggled. I haven't written a new poem in forever. It's just been really tough. I got this one show really at Mount Purgatorio, and that's really all I have.
Mount Purgatorio?
Yeah, some sort of ski area.
But named like Dante's work.
Yeah, I think so, or maybe some Catholic thing. I don't know. It's actually, I've been reading some of Dante's work, and if you know Dante's Inferno.
Yeah. That's the one where he goes through several layers of sinners descending into hell.
Yeah, I know a quicker way, which is to get married to a waitress. But anyway, this is the second book, Purgatorio, where he goes on his way up to heaven on the several levels.
You know, one of the characters in here is named Virgil. Now, is that coincidence or irony?
I don't know. Alanis Morissette really screwed me up with that.
Yeah, got a lot of people. Not me, though. I stay clear of it. That's my prerogative. Got that from Bobby Brown. So, stage one is pride.
Yeah, but not like the way most people think of pride. This is more about humility, or having some sense that you're not in control, having some sense that that God is in control and you don't have a say in how your life goes.
Oh, sounds like you really matured.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
You're always really stubborn and pig-headed, though.
It's good to see you again, too.
Come on, we're friends. You know I care about you. But I mean, yeah, I don't think I've ever heard you really say I'm sorry.
Well, you haven't been around in a few years. You don't know. People can change.
Well, you may have, but I doubt it.
So now here's what gets me. What if you're actually correct about something? Then admitting that you're wrong, that doesn't make sense. What if you're actually right?
Do I really need to answer that? Come on, look. Admitting your faults, that is the beginning of a soul cleansing.
Soul cleansing? Who wants a soul cleansing? I just want to get my mojo back.
You know what? I think you'd really be surprised how well you would do if you just let some pride go.
Did I mention I was making $400 tonight? I mean, how much more humility do I need?
You're making $400?
$400. See how the difference is if you say bucks versus dollars? It's like they say, that shirt, what was that, $50?
No, this is $50.
Yeah, see, it's like it seems less.
Oh,
See it that way.
yeah, I kind of see that.
Like, could I borrow like $1 million?
You want $1 million?
Not just $1 million. You probably have it in your change purse. It's probably just laying around.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That does make sense. I see that now.
Clearly, I've been dealing with bucks and not dollars. It's hard not to be a little bit bitter. I used to sell out theaters all over the Southwest.
That right there shows that you got some humility, that you understand that there's a higher power at work and that you are not in control.
Well, I get that I'm not in control, but if there's someone, he, she, they, and a higher power that's in control, they're not really paying attention, doesn't seem like.
I beg to differ. I think you're doing all right. Look, you still got this good old solid vehicle.
Yeah, this whole thing. It has lasted a long time. I mean, I've traveled all over the country. I've slept in it. I've eaten in it. I even spent my honeymoon in this thing.
So I guess this whole thing means a lot to you then, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. I just would like something that implied I was a little more successful.
Are you successful?
No. But that's why I want something that implies I'm more successful. Something that will kind of show that I'm doing all right.
Is that really how you're gonna boil it down to? It's a car? That's your definition of success? Look, you got a reliable vehicle. Just be satisfied with that.
Well, reliable, yes, but it guzzles gas and leaks oil all over the country. It needs a professional tune-up, which of course I cannot afford at this time.
Well, at least you could change the spark plugs.
Yeah, I understand it takes 8.
Huh?
Never mind. Ah, shit.
What?
We have a flat tire.
So you were going on a road trip, but you didn't want to invest in new tires.
That would cost like $400. Well, dollars.
Yeah. Dollars.
See, that's what I want. Something new, sporty, fast.
Are you any of those things?
No. That's why I want something like that. They'll imply that I'm, successful of some sort.
Are you equating a car with respect and accomplishment? I mean, I get that you're not where you want to be, but you are, and it pains me to say this, but you are pretty good at this. I mean, come on. Who was it that rhymed didgeridoo with cow misery moo?
Yes, I did, but I would like a little bit of payoff for all the hard work, like this little tiny bit of a success. I feel like I'm just barely hanging on.
But you are hanging on. That's the whole point, man. A lot of those guys that used to be doing it, look, they went on. They got jobs. They're living lives domesticated now. They're chauffeuring kids around in a minivan, wiping snotty noses, man. That sounds like misery to me.
Yeah, but it also sounds like life accomplishments. I mean, they have something to show for it. I've been doing this 25 years. I have a tiny tiny bit of success as a cowboy poet, but not much more than that.
Again, more than most.
I know we've talked about this before, but you know, when I was a kid, I thought I would get to some sort of success or fame level, you know? Not Springsteen or Tom Cruise level, but something where, you know, you walk into a room or a place and people go, ooh, hey, there's that so-and-so. Now I walk in a room and no one says anything, no one does anything.
Now it sounds like we've moved on from pride to envy.
Yes, I am envious. I thought I would be more successful. I thought I'd be wealthier by now. I'd make a lot of money. Not like crazy money, but enough money to where I didn't have to worry about it every day, you know? Most of the guys who've made it, they're not even that good. They suck. I just hate how random showbiz is.
Dude, you really think you're in show business? Cowboy poet?
Well,
Come on.
whatever it is that we're doing.
Look, first of all, you cannot compare your success, and I'll put that in quotes, or your career, again, in quotes, to other people. No, you're not Waddy Mitchell. No, you're not Baxter Black. No, you cannot do the Tonight Show and then sell out Elko, Nevada the next weekend. So stop thinking about stuff like that and just enjoy where you are and what you are doing and do it well.
I know.
No, you don't know. I mean, it's a recipe for disaster.
What is that recipe exactly?
I'm sure you don't need it. I think by now you can make it from scratch.
Well, I have the family recipe, but I don't have the official one.
Yeah, and you always make too much, like 8 servants, and you eat it all yourself, and you make it way too strong, man. You gotta water that down. You make a recipe for disaster concentrate.
You are such a dick.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm tired of being at this level. I want to be one of the greats.
Oh, okay. So you're that person who wants to be one of the greats. Everybody else wants to be one of the okay. You want to be one of the greats. Okay, look, everybody wants that.
Yeah, well, everybody wants that, but you know what? I've put in the time. I've worked hard. I've done this for 25 years. And I know we're not supposed to say this, but I feel like I deserve it.
You deserve it?
Yeah, I think so.
No. You got to just appreciate what you have, okay? And you can't be jealous of other people's success.
Bullshit. I can, and I do.
Look, what I'm saying is just because you want something badly doesn't mean you're going to get it. And it doesn't mean you deserve it. It just means you work hard at it, you try at it, and sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't.
So sometimes I don't get it.
See, a lot of guys, okay, not you, probably you, they think if they do what they're supposed to, then they automatically get rewarded. But then when that doesn't happen, whoa, you don't get the job, you don't get the girl, you don't make it, now all of a sudden you get mad and it's time to buy a gun.
Whoa. I had a gun long before I realized I wasn't gonna make it.
See, it wasn't like that for us. Okay, when I was growing up, I was told that you had to do everything just right just to get a chance. A chance. And even then, there was no guarantee. I mean, you might come up against some obstacle, you might get pushed down, you might get pushed aside. And there was no guarantee, but you did what you had to do, and maybe it might happen. And if it didn't, you had to just live with it.
So your answer is that I shouldn't even try? Is that your pep talk?
Wait, you've been trying this whole time?
You're such a dick.
What I'm saying is, if you're walking around and trying to measure yourself with some success criteria that's in your head that you probably came up with as a kid, you're never gonna get it. And it's never gonna be anything but trouble to everybody around you. All right, no one cares. Look, you just do the best you can and hope that that's good enough. And just be quiet, shut up, keep moving, and that's it.
You really need to work on your pep talk. These motivational speeches are not good. Okay, so let's say I buy into this idea of yours, this theory or whatever. There still has to be some sort of measurement, right? Some sort of barometer for success, something objective, not just subjective, about whether or not someone is successful or not.
Look, the only score that matters, the only sure thing is that you keep going and you don't quit. That's it. Surviving is winning.
Surviving is winning?
Surviving is winning.
So then you lost like 8 years ago or something?
You really know how to ruin a nice moment.
It's my way of showing I care.
It's what matters. You stay in the game. You stay in the game.
It's amazing how if you say something twice, it sounds profound, even as ridiculous as that. I'll have a cheeseburger and fries. I'll have a cheeseburger and fries.
Very dramatic.
See, you're probably right about whatever you're saying, however you're saying it, but I just don't like to think of it in those terms.
Why?
Well, because it makes me feel like I've spent my whole life pursuing something that I'm never going to get, which means I'm a failure. Now, if I have something out there, some shiny brass ring that I'm going for, and I haven't reached it yet, then that means I'm not yet a failure. See?
Wait. Okay, fair enough. But you're saying that if you reach for the brass ring and you don't get the brass ring, you're a confirmed failure. But what I'm saying is that as long as you keep reaching for the brass ring, then you're not a failure. When you keep pursuing, that's what I'm saying. You hang in there and that's your new definition of success.
So surviving is winning.
Surviving is winning.
Surviving is winning.
Surviving is winning.
4 times sounds like it's too much.
It is.
Before I left this morning, I was offered a job, a full-time job at a service station.
Oh, that's cool. I'm not sure you're qualified, but you gonna take it?
I don't know. I don't want to, but I don't have a lot of other options.
It's money.
Yeah. It's also soul-crushing. It confiscates my desire to keep going.
Nothing wrong with working to pay the bills. That's how most people do it.
I understand that. I've had to do temporary jobs along the way, but usually they allow me to still do shows in the evening.
And this one wouldn't?
Not too often.
Well, that's different. Plus, you might get shot.
Is that good or bad?
Well, I mean, it can be a good story, help you with your writer's block.
Yeah. I think what would probably happen is when they came in and they were going to shoot me, I would just say, go ahead, I'm dead inside already.
Sounds like you decided to take the job.
Think I should?
Nah, I can't tell you that.
I hate it when people say that. Just tell me what to do.
Look, your subconscious can only suggest. Eventually, your conscious brain has to take over and make the decision.
So no, I shouldn't take the job.
I'm not saying that either.
Virgil, you are no help.
Nope.
Plus, we still have a flat tire, and time is ticking, and I really need to get to this gig.
Thanks for the reminder of the motivation that is pushing this story forward. Now you go ahead, hop in the truck, I'll fix the tire, and we'll get moving.
What are you going to do? Where do you think we are in the hierarchy of entertainers?
What do you mean?
Like if you're ranking entertainers and like respectability or whatever, who do you think's at the top? Like I think at the top is probably like Broadway stars, Broadway actors, and then maybe like symphony instrumentalists, something like that.
Yeah, right. You mean like the pecking order. Yeah.
Right. So if you have like, I'm just talking about like respect. So, like I said, I think Broadway actors, you got the symphony, orchestra, those kind of folks.
Okay, I got you.
Then probably film actors.
Oh, yes. Because acting in a movie, that's tough. Not anybody can act in a movie.
I know, people think it's so easy
Right.
that anyone can do it.
Yeah, like anybody. Opera singers.
Yeah,
Opera singers, they got to be up there.
they got to be near the top.
Hey, what about the bottom? I mean, cowboy poets got to be on the bottom, right?
No, well, we got to be above mimes, right?
Yeah. And magicians.
Yeah, fucking magician. Well, Except those sleight of hand guys.
Oh,
you know, they go like table to table.
Yeah.
Those guys are really good.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Above ventriloquist?
For sure. I think we're probably somewhere around where stand-up comedians are.
Ooh. Above or below?
See, I don't know.
How about singers? I think all singers are above of all categories, you know, just that definitely. You know what I mean? Just all well, no, not karaoke singers.
No.
No,
so karaoke singers, they don't count.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Karaoke singers call themselves singers. It's like a bungee jumper calling himself an athlete. You know what I mean? No. You show up, you pay money, you let gravity take over. Nah, that's no good. No practice, no skill. Nah, karaoke singers, they don't cut it.
You know, my buddy, we did karaoke once, and they didn't have the song he normally does.
Uh-huh.
And so we gave him a song. We put him a song, Let's Call the Whole Thing Off.
Oh.
And apparently he had never heard the song or never paid attention to it and just read it or sang it the way it was written. You say potato, I say potato. You say tomato, I say tomato. Potato, potato, tomato, tomato. Let's call the whole thing off.
He didn't get it. That's pretty funny. All right, hey, so back to the list. What about DJs?
No, DJs are not musicians.
No, I agree with you. They show up, they get paid a lot of money to go up there, push a button, and point at the crowd.
No, my auntie does that at like picnics and family gatherings. That doesn't make her a musician just because she's just pressing play for whatever playlist she has.
No, I agree with you. I'm not sure society does, but I get it.
Well, another way I would say that why their DJs are not musicians is because you can't play air DJ. You know, like you can do air guitar, you can do air drums, but you can't do air DJ. You know. Oh, yeah. Yeah. See. Yeah. No, they are not musicians.
Yeah.
Case closed.
Yeah, but they're still above us, though.
Yeah, probably. I think with music, there are only two kinds of music.
Good and bad.
Well, yeah, but I was going to say the Black Crowes and not the Black Crowes.
Is that all you still listen to?
Well, mostly. I do listen to some country, the good kind. And I've been listening to a lot of the Vegas Nerve. It's like a local band. They're from my hometown in Las Vegas, New Mexico. They got some good songs. I like them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of them. But since you don't pay for music anymore, what makes you a fan now? You know what I mean? Like, well, how do you know you're a fan of a band?
Well, I mean, if you go to a live show, that would show you're a fan, right?
Yeah. But, I mean, you could have been given free tickets.
Yeah. Well, what about, like a shirt? If you have a shirt from a band, you've got to be a fan because you're saying to yourself, look, I like these guys so much, this band so much, I'm willing to let them clothe me. That makes you a real fan, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's true. And a snappy dresser, too. Trendy.
We just passed a sign there that said, historic site. Now, what makes something actually historic versus just being old?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, because they say historic, but technically anything that's in the past that already happened is historic.
Yeah, I mean, I would think it'd have to be something important happened there, or at least the place need to be known outside of like the local area.
Yeah, that's true. But who makes that call? You know what I mean? What sanctioning body says like, oh, this is historic, and that's just old? Or do they mean legendary? Maybe historic is legendary.
Yeah, I mean, because legendary sales, I mean, those, like, they don't always have to be true. They could be just a story, like Paul Bunyan and his ox blue, or like the chupacabra or La Lorna.
Yeah. Yeah. So really, I mean, what makes something historic versus legendary versus somebody saying, "Oh no, that's just old"?
Maybe it's just the guy at the sign shop. Maybe he's the guy that gets to decide and gets to put it on there, and then he's the one that makes the decision.
Hey, you know what? Over in Britain, you know what they do? They put royal on everything. I mean, you go around, you see it everywhere. The golf course, the buildings, schools and everything. How do they get to use royal? You know what I mean? Just put it on there, royal.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I guess that there's probably someone in charge of that, I guess, for the royal family. But even that seems ambiguous, because they have like a royal on golf courses. How is something a royal golf course? It's not like the Duke was playing golf there or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Or maybe he was a caddy. We don't know.
Yeah, he's out there picking up range balls. I guess that would make it royal.
Or maybe they just say royal and just hope that nobody ever asks. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And if they do, they just go, well, no, we'll just switch it to historic or legendary. That way they got a fallback.
Hey, how we doing on time?
Not great. I think I'm gonna miss sound check.
Sound check. I still don't understand the purpose for sound check for Cowboy Poet.
I know. It's ridiculous. You know what it is? Like I said, it's those sound engineers. Oh, what the shit? Come on! You gotta go faster than that.
Easy, old man. It's probably just some other old man.
Yeah, well, then that means he doesn't have long to live, and he should go faster.
None of us do. You better go around or you'll wind up rear-ending them.
Come on! Let's go!
Wow. I hope he turns off. Otherwise, you're stuck at 35 the whole way.
No way. I'm not sitting behind this Conestoga for the next few hours. I want to get stuck behind John and Annie Bidwell. I'm going to go for it. I can't really see around the corner, but I think I can pass him.
Well, this would be a good place to let me out.
Well, we got to make tonight's show. We got to do something. I'm going to go for it. I can't quite see, but I'm sure it's fine. We'll just see how it goes.
All right, take it easy. Take it easy.
Can you do that Mr. Miyagi thing with the engine?
Let's see.
Yeah, give it a try.
All right, try it now.
All right, let's go. All right, what's next on the list after Pride, Envy, and Wrath?
Sloth. Wow. Really cutting it close now.
Yeah, a little too close.
How do you feel sloth like?
Well, I'm in incredible physical condition. You saw me in the creek. But for me, it's more about the creative, about my writing. I just, I struggle to stay motivated, you know? I haven't written anything new in a long time, and I try to do something, but it's just hard for me to stay focused.
Yeah. Yeah, that can be tough, if you don't have like an imposed deadline.
Yeah, it kills me. And not just writing poetry, I get stuck on other stuff too. I tried writing a novel, tried writing a one-man show, I even tried writing a screenplay, but I just couldn't think of dialogue to write.
Yeah, dialogue can be tough to come up with.
Yeah, it's tough to come up with stuff. You know, one of those things that they have in movies and television, that you never hear outside that is the term "after all."
I'm not following.
Yeah, it's just like a lazy way for writers to kind of come up with a way to give you information. And it's just like, because they'll say something like, hey, I wonder what's coming up around this corner. After all, this is a road we've never been down before.
Oh, yeah. I get it. I see where you're going. Because after all, you are the protagonist, and I am merely the mentor who guides you through this. And eventually, at some point, because it is a literary trope, I will disappear before the end of the story, leaving you the rest of the journey.
That sounds like foreshadowing. I mean, after all, you don't really know what's going to happen on this journey.
Yeah, but I feel like I've been superhumanized. I mean, after all, in literary tropes, I am the magical Negro with the mythical powers.
Okay, I think we've exhausted this premise. I mean, after all, we have several more levels to go on this journey. And I'm not even sure you're going to make it the whole way.
Man, that's another irritation for me. In movies, when they tease the audience on whether a character is dead or alive.
Yeah, just tell us.
Right. So, another element of slothfulness is not doing something for others. Are you doing that?
Well, I have done something for others, but those others were sometimes doing others.
Okay, back to that.
Yeah, back to that. I gave up my whole world for her.
Your world. And what would that entail?
Shows, work, creative projects.
Oh, come on. You've still been able to do all of that stuff. You can't blame your laziness on anybody else. Besides, you said that you've still been working steady.
Well, yeah, I've been doing some things, but I've had to deal with someone who was very selfish, only thought of herself. Why am I always asked to think of others? Why can't others think of others and think of me?
Okay, now that sounds like circular reason.
Thank you. It's about time someone recognized my genius.
Okay, look, seriously, when was the last time you did something for somebody else without expecting to be paid or getting something back in return?
Well, I picked you up.
You had no choice.
I kind of did.
No, you didn't. But when was the last time you did something for somebody else? I mean, honestly.
I don't know. Nothing's coming to mind, but I don't know why it matters anyway. I think most people do things, even charitable things, with some expectation that there's going to be a benefit to them.
Well, that's a pretty cynical view.
Yes, but also a realistic view. I mean, I think people do things with expectation that they'll get something in return. Like, even if you make a donation, you're going to get a tax write-off. If you help someone out, you expect to get helped out at some point in your life. And, you give someone a ride, you expect a thank you.
Okay, but that's low-level expectations. I'm talking about direct compensation. Because, see, we all have a time when we ask ourselves, do I do something nice for somebody and show some kindness with no way it's coming back to us? That's a character moment.
A character moment?
Yes, it shows you who you really are.
Yeah, whatever.
I know it's illogical and I know it's counterintuitive, but doing things selflessly for other people is a way for you to be enriched and for you to have a fuller life.
See, that's still selfish because you're getting something in return.
Okay, you win.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear.
And thank you for the ride.
And that too. It's interesting because sloths are not, lazy or fat as animals.
Yeah, and rats don't really tell on people either.
So how do these animals get associated with poor traits?
I don't know, you silly goose.
I mean, poor sloths. They didn't even name themselves, and then you're going to attach some terrible attribute to them? That's not fair.
You really seem upset by this.
Yeah, I am, because I'm trying to draw attention away from, the the slothfulness.
Just sloth.
Oh, okay. You remember the show The Fall Guy?
Oh, yeah. I love that show.
Me too. It made me want to get a cabin with an outdoor tub to smoke cigars in. Turns out that would be very inefficient. Anyway, they used to do these long shots of the truck driving and just overdub the conversations.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. It sounded so fake.
Completely fake. I mean, it didn't ruin things for me, but even as a 10-year-old kid, I thought this was strange TV show making. I loved Heather Thomas on that show. She follows me on Twitter.
Something wrong?
Yeah. Overheating and losing power.
You or the truck?
Both. I think it's time to put this thing out of its misery. I think this truck has gone as far as it's going to go. I really need to get to the gig tonight. Have I mentioned that?
Good reset.
Thanks. You have any ideas what we can do?
Nah, you're the one driving this.
Well, what's the next chapter in the book? Maybe that will give us some sort of ideas.
Avarice.
Sounds like cologne.
No, it's greed. It's greed focused on earthly and material things and not looking towards the heavens.
Well, I'm looking to the heavens and hoping that God will provide some sort of earthly vehicle that'll help me get to this gig where I can make my $400. And preferably a vehicle that makes me seem or look cool.
Got myself to defend.
Yes, this is much better. I like this.
You're not learning.
Who cares about learning when you got such a sweet ride?
So, is it possible that you suffer from selfish greed?
Greed. Have you seen my lifestyle? I mean, if that's the case, I'm just as shitty at that as I am at everything else I do.
I mean, greed is not just the possession of a bunch of things, but it's also the attitude that comes behind it. I mean, it can be at an unhealthy level.
What would you consider an unhealthy level?
I don't know, whatever level you're at.
Well, outside of pride and envy, I mean, I think what drives most people is some sort of material things, I don't think that's wrong to want to be successful and get something in return. I'm sure you have a TED Talk that's going to tell me that I'm wrong about that.
No, look, I don't think there's anything wrong with the trappings, but it's the attitude behind them. It's what's driving it. That's when you get off base. That's when your focus can be, off.
Well, I just consider that the evidence of success. That's what I want.
Well, but see, it's not true on both sides, I mean, because think about it, because a person can have all of that stuff, the house, the boat, the car, the whatever, blah, 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 and not be successful. So is that person then a failure?
Well, sometimes.
Yes, sometimes. But sometimes it just means that things just didn't line up. It's not that you didn't do what you were supposed to do or do your best, but sometimes things just don't line up. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You can't judge a person by that.
I guess I can concede that.
All right, look, think about all the old blues and jazz singers and the old rock and rollers and the meager money that they made. And then think about the produced boy bands and all that kind of stuff that they have today. Think about the millions of dollars that they make in contrast. Now, does that mean that they're more successful? Does that make them better musicians?
No, I get that.
All right, look, I know intellectually you understand it, but you keep coming back to the same arguments, okay? So you need to take this and put it to heart, all right? That a person can work hard and maybe they don't wind up making buckets and buckets of money, but they can still be happy, right? I mean, it's antithetical to everything that we're taught in society, granted, but I believe that it's true.
You know, your vocabulary has really improved a lot since we last hung out.
Indubitably it has.
I hear what you're saying, but I still find it difficult not to associate financial success with some sort of affirmation of what you're doing.
Well, no doubt, but I'm telling you, you'd be a lot happier if you learn to separate those things. Hey, you ever been obsessed with something and you just can't stop thinking about it until you get it?
This hat,
Oh yeah, that is a nice hat.
damn right, nice hat. $1,000.
$1,000 for that hat?
No, $1,000.
Oh, okay. Well, it's important to be wearing a $1,000 hat when you're doing a $400 gig.
Come on, that's hurtful.
But see, I think greed is also wanting something and not sharing it. You know what I mean? And that could be your time and everything else about yourself.
Explain that.
Okay, look, if you don't ever put anybody before yourself, that's obviously selfish. But if you do that with people you purport to love, well, that's selfishness on a whole different level, because that's you being selfish with your life and really never putting anybody else first.
I see.
So it's not the same as collecting expensive luxuries or worrying about how much money you can get grabbed up and piled up. But it's hoarding your time and your energy. You know?
This feels like a lecture about my marriage.
No lecture, just talking about life.
Sure.
Yeah, but if you happen to see something about your marriage in there, that's in your own mind. Because the point is that we're all just trying to make it, you know? Just all trying to make it, man. And if we can help somebody along the way, help somebody else survive the madness of this world, it's good for them and it's good for you.
Surviving is winning.
Surviving is winning. There it is.
Oh shit, this is the wrong way. We must have missed a turn somewhere.
We?
Yeah, we're in the same car. We need to find a place to turn around, and I probably need to find a phone or something to call and say, we're gonna be very close to showtime. We may not even make it.
You really should get a cell phone.
I can't believe I had all day to get to this gig, and now I might miss it.
You can't believe that.
Well, I can, but I'm just so furious at myself for letting it happen.
Well, you always did have a tendency for running late.
I don't recall what's the next chapter, but is it tardiness?
Fat chance. It's gluttony.
Gluttony? Eating too much is worse than pride, envy, and anger?
Yeah. You know what? Maybe it's because it involves all three, right? Because, like, you envy somebody for having a nice body, and then you decide you want to work on yours, you take pride in that, and then you get angry because it doesn't work.
Yeah, that is the story of my life.
Nah. Golf now?
Yeah, love it.
Oh, wow. Do you consider it a sport?
I'll concede that it's more of a game than a sport, but there are other activities where people do less than golfers, and they call that a sport.
Like bowling?
Yeah, like bowling, shooting pool.
Playing darts? Shuffleboard.
Well, I don't think anyone considers that a sport.
What about bass fishing?
See, now, I feel like if you're sitting down, it's not a sport.
Oh, yeah. So then what about race car driving?
Well, that's a tricky one because motorsports, sports is right there in the word.
Oh, yeah. Well, what about that little harness thing that goes behind the horse? They're racing those things. Is that considered athletic?
Well, the horses are the athletes.
Are they?
They're the ones doing all the training, the working out, taking steroids.
Okay. So, golfers then, athletically speaking, are on par with the harness racing in the little buggy,
I see what you did there.
right? So, why do you love golf?
Well, for a lot of reasons, but one of them is, to me, it's like a giant puzzle, right? For football and basketball, all the measurements of the field and the court are the same, no matter where you go. And baseball, for the most part, at least the infield, is the same. But for golf, every course is different, and every hole on that course is different. So it's like a giant puzzle with 18 smaller puzzles within it.
Okay.
So you got to solve each hole, and so when you stand up at the tee box and look out, it's like you got to figure out that one puzzle, and I just find that mentally stimulating.
That makes sense.
Plus, I think it's a metaphor for life. Now, I know there are a lot of metaphors for life, but I feel like golf fits better than almost any other.
All right, let's hear it.
Each hole on the golf course is like a new chapter or event in your life. Sometimes you do well, sometimes you don't, but when it's over, you go on to the next one no matter what.
Whoa. That's almost deep.
Plus, every shot is equal. So a 300-yard drive or a 1-inch putt, they both count as just one stroke.
Oh, true.
So you got your good days and your bad days. Well, they're all just one day, you know, they count the same. It helps keep things in perspective.
Wow. That is a very philosophical turn for you. It's almost insightful. I hate to say it, but it is.
Yeah?
That is not the answer I expected from you.
Okay, and then also think about this. Golfers, even at the professional level, come in all shapes and sizes, right? You can be tall, short, skinny, little chunky, whatever. Doesn't matter. They come in all shapes and sizes.
Yeah, it's true.
So imagine this. Let's say there's a bar, and all the women in there are different sports.
Okay.
So the basketball girl, she likes the tall guys. The football girl, she likes the big, strong guys. You know, the baseball girl and the soccer girl, they like the quick and fast guys.
Well, it's a weird scenario, but keep going.
Okay, now the golf girl, she doesn't care. She likes tall, skinny, short, fat, doesn't matter. Likes all of them.
Okay.
Doesn't matter who you are, golf will do you.
That's more the answer I expected from you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, gluttony is the penultimate level before the final. Lust.
Lusting in that era must have been difficult because everybody's all covered up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of guesswork when you're just trying to find yourself a lady friend.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think that now that we can see more of people, that makes it less lust?
No. I don't think lust levels have changed. I don't believe there is a lust deficit crisis going on.
Less clothes doesn't reduce the lust.
No, I mean, if you're hungry and someone shows you lots of food, you're still hungry, right? You still want to eat unless it's, you know, the food is fat and hairy.
Beyond physical imperfections, what are some turnoffs for you with women?
A loud chewer.
Oh, like gum or anything?
Anything, any kind of food.
Yeah.
Cracking knuckles, cracking anything really. Neck, arms, shoulders, ankles.
Jokes?
That doesn't bother me.
You're okay with a funny woman?
Yeah, I think funny is sexy.
All right. Okay. What about funnier than you?
What do you mean?
You know, most guys, we pride ourselves on our sense of humor, think we're always the funniest guy in the room. But what about when you meet a woman? She's funnier than you, wittier, sharper, quicker, huh? I mean, that can really take a guy's ego down.
Well, that hasn't happened yet.
Or what about a woman who's smarter than you?
Again, I don't think that's happened. What exactly are you getting at?
Nothing. I'm just trying to find your soft spots.
Got a little soft spot behind the knee. Gets a little, it's sometimes sweaty if you want to rub that.
All right, that's gross, and I wish you'd stop because someday I'd like to be able to have a meal again.
Okay, well, what about you? Do you have a problem with a woman who's smarter, funnier, quicker, maybe a better athlete than you?
No. And you know what? I noticed you didn't say better looking.
Well, that's a pretty low bar.
Yeah. So you'd like to have a woman that's way out of your league, huh?
I like her to have a humpback. So when you're like, you're getting in there, it's like it rolls, she rolls back and forth, like you get the rhythm.
Did you ever cheat on your wife?
What?
Did you ever cheat on your wife?
After we were separated?
No. I mean, while you guys were together. You know, when you were out there working, when you were on the road, huh? You're getting all that attention from the audience and the fans. Did you ever, partake of the forbidden fruit?
Did her lawyers send you to ask me these questions?
Buddy, come on. Look, this is just me and you, all right? This is buddy, huh? Come on.
Yeah, I'm not going to answer that.
Too tender. Okay. Soft spot.
Look, I wasn't always the best husband, but I loved her, and I did not want to get a divorce.
You say that in court this morning?
No. By this point, those lines have been drawn. Those battles have been waged for years. We've kind of gone to our corners. It's too late for that now.
This might get kind of personal, but what do you think you could have done differently to keep your marriage going?
I don't know.
How about this? What do you think would have made her happy?
There was a time when I thought I knew, but now I'm not even sure anymore. When we first started dating, she was a waitress at one of those cafes or places where I used to do gigs. And I know she didn't want to date a performer, but at the same time, I think she was also somewhat drawn to that, and attracted to someone being on stage doing what they're doing. Also, you know how that goes, that sometimes what draws you to someone, attracts you to them, becomes a point of contention, and I think that's what happened with us.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that. It takes a special kind of person to understand the heart of a performer, It's not like we're doing this until something just comes along and it's better. I mean, this is it, It's who we are. It's what we do. I'd like to think that it's the best and truest part of us, Yeah. Performing, man, it's what drives us. And at least it did.
I know she wanted to quit waitressing, but I just never made enough money to make that happen.
Yeah, it's tough, man. There's no easy answers on it.
I'm sure she assumed I would quit performing at some point, but when I didn't, well, I was gone a lot and we just drifted apart.
Yeah. Understood. Look, I'm not your therapist or anything. You know, I'm just asking questions because I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I just wonder if asking questions, there's something to learn from it.
Well, I thought about it a lot. I know I bear a lot of responsibility for the way things turned out. We were both pursuing things. I was pursuing my art, and whatever she was pursuing was perhaps less tangible, but I was not much help in helping her find that.
Fair enough. Hey, I think there's a place over there where you can make a call.
I can smoke my cigar and make a call and let them know I'll be a little bit late. I'll be barely on time. You coming in?
No, I don't think you need me for this. You sure you got time to smoke?
Nope, but I'm a glutton for punishment.
All right, well, hurry. Godspeed.
Do you have a phone I could use?
For customers?
Well, I really need to make a call.
Yeah, well, might want to order something then.
Okay, give me a tab.
Can't give you a tab without ordering something.
Well, then give me a Pepsi free.
If you order a Pepsi, you're gonna have to pay for it.
Then just give me something without any sugar.
All right.
Do I have to dial 9 or 0?
Zero.
Zero, okay.
For that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Sarah, could you get me the Mount Purgatorio stage and grill? Thanks. Oh, just had the small, yes.
Less sugar that way.
Hey, this is Doc V. I'm performing there tonight, and I just want to let you know that had a little car trouble, so we're going to be a little late. I'll be there for the show, but will not be there for the sound check. So will you let the manager on duty know, please? Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, goodbye. Thank you. Do you have a bathroom?
Nope, just kind of figured no one would ever need one.
Okay, well, I'll figure it out. Thanks.
Yeah. It's the door that says private because it's not for customers. Hey man, hurry up, let's go.
Just a minute.
No, right now.
Just give me another minute. I'm almost done.
Bro, we gotta get out of here. There's a fucking fire. We only have one exit. We gotta run through it.
What?
Let's fucking go. Come on, a fire. Let's go.
Wow. That escalated quickly.
Yeah. I guess alcohol and desperation is pretty flammable. I am so happy that we survived getting out of that building.
Well, surviving is winning.
What?
Something my buddy says.
Right?
Well, I need to get going.
You can't just leave. You're a witness to somebody burning down my bar.
What makes you think it was someone?
Of course it was somebody. Bars just don't go up in flames like magic.
Sometimes they do.
No. This is definitely someone. They lit something on fire or some idiot threw a cigarette out of a window.
Well, unlikely. I gotta go.
Well, then I'm going with you because I am not taking the blame for this.
No, you cannot go with me. You need to get out of there. You can't go with me.
I'm not getting out. You're gonna have to drag me out.
Fine, I'll do that.
I seem to remember somebody burning down my bar.
You cannot prove that had anything to do with me.
I'm leaving, so you better get in.
Let me be clear. I have a show to do, and I need to get there quickly.
All right, then let me be clear. I am going with you.
I don't have time to help you.
I need a ride. Have you never done anything for anybody else without it serving you?
Okay, You can drive, but we gotta go fast. I have less than an hour to get to my gig. I am not comfortable with you driving this car.
Doesn't seem like you're very comfortable with women being in charge in general.
Well, I'm working on it.
Well, you can trust me. I've driven this road many times. I'll get you where you need to go.
Are you gonna look for another bartending job somewhere?
No, not sure that's my scene. I've just been working odd jobs while I wait to pursue my real passion.
What's that?
I don't know you well enough to tell you that.
Is it something illegal?
I'm not telling you.
Why not?
Because if you share your dreams with somebody who's unkind or cavalier with their opinions, they can crush your goals. Some people are just so insecure and they don't like to see other people succeed. They realize that they're too cowardly to take the risk.
Well, you could really help me by getting me to this gig on time.
Don't worry, I got it. You just write and I will get us there in no time. I know a shortcut.
Hello, hey, Doc.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Kyle. I'm the manager on duty.
Hi, good to meet you.
Yeah.
Is that Kyle?
Yeah. How else would I spell it? Not a douchebag. So we were a little worried about you. You didn't show up to sound check.
Yeah, we had some car trouble. I called ahead, talked to somebody. Maybe you didn't get that message.
Yeah, I didn't get that message. Maybe someone was a chicken or didn't want to seem like a rat or something. Anyway, it's all good. We did the sound check without you. Only took about 30 seconds, so.
Yeah. Hey, Vegas Nerve. You a fan of the band?
I don't know. I've never actually heard their music. I just liked the shirt.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
I'm Beatrice.
Oh, hey, good to meet you. Yeah.
So, how's it looking out there?
It's a little light. Hopefully some more people show up, you know. So, hey, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Mike booked you. He disappeared. We haven't heard from him in a few weeks, so I took over managing the club and booking the acts. So out of respect for him, I'm honoring all of his bookings. Right now, we got about 10 people out there. So I know you drove a long way, and I also don't want to insult you with a smaller crowd. So what I'm saying is, I'll give you the opportunity to just take the money and walk if you want. We can just let the DJ go on early.
DJ.
Yeah, it's a local guy. He's really created quite a following. He's one of our most successful musicians.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. Anyway, think about it. I gotta go check on the bar. I'll be back in just a bit to see what you decide. Cool?
So, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking, I wonder if gas station attendants in their 50s are well-respected people in the community.
Look, I don't know you very well, and I shouldn't be giving you advice, but you do not have to do this show. They're going to pay you either way.
Yeah, I know.
Just because you don't do this show tonight doesn't mean you're quitting. It just means you're not performing tonight.
Yeah, it starts that way, and then it's a slippery slope.
How so?
Well, you don't do this one, and then the next gig doesn't pay well enough, then the one after that never comes. And pretty soon you're at home, sitting on your couch, hanging out with your cat, looking out the window, thinking about the way things used to be.
Okay.
I mean, I know it's not a big crowd or anything, or even a crowd, really, but it's still a show, and it's performing, and it's what I love doing. The only way I really lose is if I quit. At least that's what my old buddy Virgil used to say.
Hey, so what did you decide?
I'm still gonna go up.
You sure? After all, we'll pay you regardless. You don't have to do it.
I kind of do.
Okay. I'll bring you on in a couple minutes.
A dance studio.
What?
I want to open a dance studio.
Yeah, that is stupid.
God, I hope you bomb.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a treat for you tonight. Are you ready for our featured performer for the evening? Okay. We have the legendary. We have the historic.
Geez, might as well say vintage.
He's practically vintage. He's one of the great cowboy poets in all of the Southwest. Please welcome Doc V.
Thank you so much for that really wonderful reception.
8 seconds.
I will do that one in a bit, but first I'd like to do a new poem that I wrote today. It's entitled Surviving is Winning, and I hope you like it.
No money, you know that's hard. Maybe cry Vegas now.